Welcome everybody, this is Edgardo Balentine.
And this is Scott DiGregorio, and welcome to the Real Estate of Tomorrow podcast, where we're going to discuss the rapidly changing landscape of the real estate industry.
And the steps that you need to take today in order to survive tomorrow.
Look, I'm going to give you the perspective of a 25-year veteran, somebody who has been there and done that.
With Jesus life for all fart, okay?
Screw you, man.
Look, I'm going to give you a fresh perspective from somebody that's applying those steps today.
So that basically means you're young and you don't know shit.
All right, let's get this started.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the latest episode of the greatest podcast out there, the Real Estate of Tomorrow podcast. I am your host, Scott DiGregorio, and I'm here with
Edgardo Balentine.
I like the extra enunciation in that. That's good.
I just came back from Colombia, so.
All right, so look, man, I'm excited to have this one. I know we did a recent episode where you were kind of interviewing me, and it's cool that I'm going to have the opportunity to do that back because I want to hear the story of how you got to it, but you've somewhat stumbled upon a marketing idea that for agents that is literally killing it. So, obviously I'm talking about your content days. So tell us, I'm curious from kind of how the first thought crossed your mind to where we are today.
Yeah, man. So the idea started because first of all, you and I have been talking about doing videos for a long time.
Sure.
We went through the regular videos and then now the reels and all these things, and we've been very bullish on videos, and obviously that's the way to go right now. And when I started the branch and I started to really create a sales team around me, I was very pushing about the concept of, hey, you guys should do videos too. I'm happy to help, but you guys should do videos too. Nobody was doing videos. And I think that that's where the conversation stopped. I had a lot of people getting, oh yeah, that's a great idea. And they would even give me ideas about great videos, but they weren't really getting in front of the camera and doing the videos. So that's really where it started. It started with me and my team, me thinking, okay, how can I get my sales team to get on video and to get on camera? And I realized that if I put in as an infrastructure and a structure where I could just tell them, hey, this is an idea of a script that works, and just give them the mic, give them the the lights and the camera positioning and all of that. I took a class on how to do all of that and just say go. They started doing it. Not only they started doing it, but after a couple of times as I was doing it, they were like, hey, are we gonna do recording day? That's why they call it. We're gonna do recording day in the branch. And they started doing it so much so that they got so comfortable that even when I'm not around, they started doing their own videos and posting their own videos and doing great at that. So I thought to myself, in talking to brokers and team leaders and all that and other agents, really, I thought to myself, hey, you guys should duplicate this. But again, just like when at the beginning I was telling my team, you guys should do this, it was like, yeah, that sounds great, and I have great ideas. Nobody was doing it. So I thought to myself, you know what? I'm just going to do it for agents. So now I have a team of 4 that are doing a bunch of videos and understand, kind of like the positioning of the camera and all those things. And we're like, let's invite 12 to 15 agents, have 4 stations.
Okay, now wait,
Yeah.
before you get into that, Ed, what I'm curious about is the pushback, because you and I push videos, and we push them with our teams, we push them with our agents, but it doesn't sound. It sounds like there's a piece of the story missing where you set up a camera, you set up some lights, and all of a sudden there was no hesitancy at all, and everything went smoothly. Let's talk, because the people listening, they're going to be like, yeah, that's great, I'm just not going to do it, or my team isn't going to do it. And this, look, this could be applied to obviously brokers, obviously team leaders, but look, you got you and 5 other agents in your office. Yeah. Let's, there's kind of strength in numbers type thing. So talk about the pushback you got, the struggles your team members have, how you helped them through it. Was it just repetition? Is there a couple of tips and tricks that you could share? Help us all understand that piece of it.
Yeah, man, that's actually that's true, because as you say that, I remember a couple things. So I think the key with that is identify a couple things. One is I don't know what to say. It's where a lot of people get stuck. And 2 is I'm just afraid it's not going to be perfect. So what I did with my team was, look, this is not going to be perfect. Let's just get it over with. And let's talk about what you're going to say. before we start saying it. Something that you feel comfortable and competent about. We put the camera, like I'm saying, and we do, we put the camera, we put the lights, we give the mic, and we just literally started recording. Super awkward, super nerve-wracking, and all that. What I did the first time was, after it took us 10, 15 minutes to record the first 45-second video, I sat there and literally made my team just sit there and watch me edit that first video. It took me another 15 minutes edit that first video. And the difference between the initial raw footage and the actual final result was abysmal, where the person that recorded this video was so impressed by the final result and so embarrassed by the raw footage that she was like, oh my God, like, I guess I can do this. I guess I did that, And forget about how bad the footage was, how bad she thought it was in her mind.
Right.
It was even worse than the actual footage was. She thought she was disgusting. But then the final edited version was just as polished as most videos that you see out there. So I think that was a huge click in my team's, eyes, where they went, oh, okay, if I could turn those 10, 15 minutes of ugliness in just by a couple of tips, like stay looking at the camera the whole time. Don't try to say the whole thing at once. Be a little relaxed and then just drop your line, wait a second, and drop the next line. With a couple of just cuts and zoom in and zoom out, how you can turn that raw video into something that you would be proud to put out there. That was a click in my team's, eyes, where they were like, okay, we just need to start pumping this content.
Okay, now I'm just trying to think of objections. I'm trying to think of pushback points. So fantastic, Ed. Great to hear that you're this masterful video editor. Maybe I'm not a masterful video editor, and I mean, just on my personal journey, I mean, you definitely helped me with that. Are there services out there that people could use? I mean, what if people are like, the pro tip I'm hearing is get an edited version in front of people as quickly as possible. Talk to me about services that are out there. I know you've used a few. I've used a few.
Yeah. So my whole thing is very budget friendly. You've known me for a while. I'm very budget friendly, period. So the first thing I did was I downloaded an app called Video Leap. Mm-hmm. And I taught myself the app in, 20 minutes, an hour. And I taught you the app in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not complicated. If you want to throw a little bit of money at it, you can always do something like go to a Fiverr or hire a virtual assistant for them to just edit one. It's going to cost you $30, $20 max.
Right.
If you want to pump a bunch of content, then there's a product out there or a company out there called Video Husky for $550 a month, and you don't have to, sign a contract for more than a month. They would edit as much content as you can give them in that month. So there's a lot of inexpensive ways, whether you want to spend your own time and energy, an hour, or you want to spend $20 on one, or you want to spend $550 on, maybe 3 videos a week. There's inexpensive ways to get to that edited video, and trust me, the edited form, like the finished video, it's so much better than the raw video, and so much better than you actually think you did.
Yeah, okay. And look, I know we did a deep dive on one of our episodes about how to use video and all the apps we use and everything. So if you're interested in that, go back and listen to that episode if you haven't listened already. So that was the turning point. They saw the edited video and they thought, wait a minute, it's really not that bad. So their reality was a lot better than their fear.
Yeah, that was a turning point. And honestly, watching me doing the video was a turning point too. Watching me going, just throwing the 4 or 5 lines that you throw in the video and that's it. I think when they saw me doing it, they were, okay, my video wasn't that much worse than his. And he wasn't as polished as he looks in the video at the end. Especially because the end product is not supposed to be super polished. And once they were at peace with that reality, that this is not going to TV or anything like that,
right,
And once they were really married with what we want to accomplish with the end result, which is one, educate people, send the message that we want to send, and two, start getting leads and having more reach. Once they were at peace with like, okay, he can do it, I can do it. It doesn't have to be extremely polished. And even though it's not extremely polished, it achieves what we want to achieve. That was a click with my team where it's not only something that we do, but it's something that is fun for them.
That's awesome. Okay, so now let's fast forward a little bit. So this is your team. You pay them. They have to listen to you. You're their boss.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden you get the idea. Let's bring in a bunch of realtors.
Well,
talk through that.
It works for them. It worked for them. And I'm like, okay, great. I start talking to a bunch of brokers, a bunch of team leaders. And in my mind, it's like, if I was just like I am right now in mortgages, if I was a team leader in real estate, I would be all over this. I gave them the idea. Nobody took me up on that. I gave them the idea and I said, I'll go to your office and do it for you. Nobody took me up on that. I'm like, okay. But then I started getting individual messages from individual realtors going, hey, I think it's cool what you're doing. I would love to do one with you. I think it's cool what you're doing. I would love to do a couple of videos with you. So I thought to myself, let's invite 15, 12 agents and just do some videos with them. And, I pitched it to my team. At this point, my team is, again, like I'm saying, having fun doing this. And they're like, oh, let's just do it. Like, let's just schedule it, do it. Whoever comes, and let's just have fun with it. So we did our first one, I don't know, 3-4 months ago. And we had 15 people come in. Not surprisingly, we had to turn people, turn people back, turn people
away.
Turn people away because, we didn't want to have too many people. You want me to talk about the structure of it?
Yeah.
Okay. So the way we did it was pretty fun, actually. An hour and a half is the time. I spent 15 minutes going over exactly the way that they need to have their Instagram set up and things like that, and how we're going to share and what the expectations are, which, by the way, the expectations are after about 2 to 4 weeks, they will receive the raw footage, the edited footage with subtitles and everything. They're going to receive the hooks and the description of the video. And if they opt in or opt out, we will post the video for them as a collaborator. So basically they can show up, which the majority of them just show up, record, don't do anything, and it's on their feed. And we'll talk about the results in a little bit. But the actual day, we have 4 stations set up with already the tripod, the phone, because we record on our camera.
And each station's a different
each station's a different place in the office.
Video.
Yeah, a different place in the office and a different video with a different team member. They have the script. I don't give them the script before. They have to have the script the day off when they show up, because I don't want them getting in their head or anything like that. I just wanted to tell them line. They say the one line. They stop. They say the second line. They stop. They say the third line. That's it. So very, very simple. We have some food, but most importantly, we have 4 or 5 bottles of champagne at all time. We encourage for everybody to have champagne the whole time. We call it liquid courage. And, they get a lot looser after a couple bottles of champagne. And we just record, and it's very quick. So we have 3 to 4 people on each station. We record, and then we send them to the next station. And it takes an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes. Once they leave, the first time they left each with 4 recorded videos with everything. And then now we're at the point where we're doing it so well that if we have a good agent that feels comfortable and it's out of their head, they can get out of there with 6 to 8 videos.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, everybody's waiting to hear and I got to tell you, the results. Well, I mean, to be frank, we don't understand the results.
We don't understand the results. That's what's the craziest about this, and this is one of those things where it's a very interesting experiment for me, because I have about the same script with 4 different people, with 4 different team members. And the truth of the matter is, you can watch each video of each script and you and I can say, well, this one is probably the best. The best is not necessarily the best performing one. And this is another thing that has taught my team, has given a lot of courage to my team to do a lot more videos, because not always the best video is the best performing one.
Right.
So we've had the most successful video we had so far. It's a video that had 273,000 views. Out of the 273,000 views, this is an agent that has never done videos before. It's an agent that told me, I've never done this. I feel very uncomfortable in front of a camera. I'm just doing this because a friend told me I should have done it. He posted his first video. Now, this is not somebody that has a bunch of followers on Instagram or anything like that. And this is just on one platform. I mean, a lot more views on Facebook and TikTok and YouTube and all that, but just on Instagram. 273,000 views, 10,000 shares, 6,000 likes, but most importantly, we are getting, right now, it's up to 250 messages, like comments, and we're getting a lot of direct messages asking, where can I start? How do I apply? I want to do this right now, to the point where the agent called me saying, I can't keep up with the messages. I need somebody to help me.
That's
from
crazy.
One video from one guy that doesn't have more than 300 followers.
And no experience, no nothing.
No experience. To be completely honest, the video is not even a good video. And it just blew up. And just like that, I mean, we have some others that got 25,000, 30,000. What's exciting about it is not just the views, but how many people are reaching out to us right now.
And look, we talk about that a lot, right? There's a lot of the vanity metrics that everybody focuses on in social media is just that, right? Like, it's pretty well known. I'm not a big fan of social media. I use it for my business because that's what you should do. But I don't spend my free time scrolling through social media and stuff. But so many people focus on metrics that don't matter. When I'm on social media and I'm recording videos or doing my thing, it's very simple. I want business, right? And it's hard. It's sometimes hard to quantify, right? Like I routinely have people come to me saying, hey, I was referred to you by so-and-so, and I've been watching your videos for years. Now, where you draw that line as to what lead source that is, I don't know. But the DMs, people calling up saying, I want business. Like, I want to move forward with this. And the video happened to be about, how to get started in investing and whatnot.
It was a very simple video. Sorry to interrupt, but it was just about, basically, you can buy a house with 3% down, live in that property for a year, and then you can repeat and buy the next house with 5% down. It's a simple concept for anybody that's being real. Like, it's not like we're giving this massive, inside, crazy, advanced advice. No. But we did that video, and I'm telling you, the amount of DMs we're getting and text messages is to the point where I had to hire a VA to basically scroll to them. And it's been insane.
Okay, now you've done how many of these so far?
So we've only done 3 so far. So we did 2 at my office, where we invited agents from all over the place. But again, we're capping it. And then we did the 3rd one at a specific office, at a South State office. Shout out to South State. That South State saw this. They liked it. They're like, hey, we would like to do this with our offices. And we went there. We did it that was a little bit more. We did it with about 20 agents. And again, I mean, every time that we do one of this, there's one video really that just goes viral to this extent. But more importantly, the amount of messages we're getting are insane.
That's crazy. So,
and it's fun.
Yeah. And look, anytime you could grow your business, look, we could all grow our business through cold calling.
Yeah,
which sucks.
Not fun.
No, it works, but it sucks. We could all grow our business through open houses, same difference. If you could find a way to grow your business in an enjoyable way, that's that's really where it's at. And you're getting deals out of this from all different age groups, right? All different demographics. This is not a whole bunch of 22-year-old first-time home buyers. So, I mean, the advice to brokers and team leaders is simple. Just put it together. If you're an agent out there, share this episode with 3 or 4 other agents that you work with, whether they're in your brokerage or not. I don't know that would matter. And just like at the end of the day with your team, it was literally a matter of just doing it.
That's the biggest advice for me that I will give everybody. If you're a broker or a team leader, just make it so it's easy to do. Doesn't have to be fancy. Don't get stuck on the dumb things like you need to have this crazy amazing equipment. You don't. Probably per station we're spending about $50 per station. So we have 4 stations, $200 for the whole thing. And that's it. So it's very, very inexpensive. It's just getting it out there. And then, like you say, if you have a group of 3, 4, 5 realtors, just collab. Come up with some good ideas. I mean, we had a whole episode on ChatGPT. You don't even have to come up with a good idea. You just ask ChatGPT, hey, what's a good idea that's gonna go viral on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and that's it.
Scroll through the platforms and just steal and distribute.
And then that's it, man. Just push it out there. Because you don't know. I mean, you could be like that guy. You could be a video away from 257,000 views and more than 200 requests for him to reach out and do business with them. I mean,
that's insane.
There's nothing else you can do for that cheap that's going to get you that kind of reach that easily.
Yeah, and you just never know. Is it, it could be the first video like that guy, or it could be your next video.
But it could be your 200 video like me.
Right.
But look, from video 0 to 200, you'll stumble upon a couple of deals.
Oh, there's no way around that.
So, yeah.
Bro, listen, this is great, man. I love when we have these opportunities where I can learn from you, where we do so many things together. It's so nice when one of us kind of breaks off in a direction. And I want to go to your next content day and start to implement it, because I have 2 groups of agents that I do videos with as well, but they're being done very differently with significantly worse results. So I'm excited to learn more from you on this, and congrats to your continued success on it.
Awesome, man.
It's awesome. All right, everybody, listen, that wraps it up here. I hope 2 things. I hope you take this information and implement it. I mean, we're big on trying to give out information that you can implement in your business and see a result in the bottom line as quickly as you can. And if you are trying to do what you need to do today to be relative in the real estate of tomorrow, videos has to be on that list. It's just where it is. So thanks for listening. Ed, you have something else to say?
Yeah. Look, we're in Southwest Florida. Anybody in Southwest Florida all the way up to Tampa who listening to this, an office, and you want to do a content day with us, let us know. Give us a shout. We'll go there. We'll go all the way to Tampa, right?
Yeah.
That's not a problem. We'll go all the way to
road trip.
Yeah, we'll go all the way to Tampa. We'll do the content day, and you'll have some really cool videos for you to post out there.
That's awesome, man. Listen, share this video, share this episode. Thank you for listening. We will see you again in 2 weeks. And remember, always listen to the Real Estate of Tomorrow podcast, the best podcast in the real estate community.
See ya. Well, thank you guys for listening. And now it's your turn to implement everything you learned today.
Look, you have a question, you have a topic for a future episode?
Share with us.
Yeah, tell us what you're doing. What are you doing today so you could be successful tomorrow? Send us an email at success@realestateoftomorrow.com.
And don't forget to leave us a review, an honest review.
Screw an honest review. Leave us a 5-star review. And for every 5-star review we get, we're going to send you a badass Real Estate Meme t-shirt.
Those shirts are hilarious.
See ya.